The manufacturing and construction sectors place a heavy burden on our environment through the use and transportation of raw materials alone, while here in Europe they contribute over half of total waste generated. I'm Russell Beard and I've come to the port city of Rotterdam in the Netherlands to meet a team of resourceful architects who are using clever design to reduce our use of natural resources and save energy.
One of the first concepts we came up with was superuse, and it's a way of dealing with waste materials other than recycling. We tried to find materials as locally as possible, so to minimize the amount of transport. Recycling also takes a lot of energy.
So it's almost like the material comes before the design, in a sense?
Yeah, the material influences the design, and the design influences what we try to find. A good example, for instance, is this, a tip of a large windmill wing. Just in Holland, 200 each year are wasted, and they are like have a span of 1.20 meters by 30 meters long. Wow. And this is a material that no one knew what to do with, but we found a very good application to turn it into a playground for kids.
Key to the 2012 architect's mission is the Harvest Map, a map of potential resources located as near as possible to the construction site. So what else have we got here? I mean, that looks like airplane seats. Seats from an airplane.
Right. That's right, airplane seats. Mm-hmm. You have to sit, sometimes look quite long to one film, a movie, mm-hmm. and these chairs are very good suited to sit a long time in, so it's nice to be reused as seats for the cinema. And now we are here,
okay.
So we have to travel a straight line.
Okay, perfect. Wow.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, Russell? Taco's saying that these things are 34 years old. They've been up there for 34 years, and we're saving them from going straight into landfill and hopefully giving them another 34 years of life as insulated wall panels.
Well, I'm a project manager, so I guide the process of refurbishing. So once in a while I call them up and say, hey, I got a problem, or I've got a problem and you have new material.
Yeah. I mean, this is just beautiful. It's 32 years old, but it could be new.
Flawless.
It's much more beautiful than the stuff they use these days.
I mean, in another project, how could you imagine using something like this?
It's really good for cladding everywhere. You can make shelves out of it. I mean, bookshelves. You can make things where transparency is important, because if you take out the back, you get a very nice transparent effect. So it could be like screening for something, for windows even, sun screening.
This is about as good as it gets for 2012, isn't it?
So.
I mean, how far are we? We're less than a mile away from the next destination.
That's right.
And these really aren't being changed at all. The only thing that's changing is the purpose. It's almost like you're making good use of the things you find. You know, things that most everyday folks leave behind. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you.
It needs a bit of soft touch.
Yeah. Yeah, soft touch, okay. Oops. Come on, it's got to be done right, jeez. That's all right, that's not going anywhere.
It's a quality, though.
That's all right.
Next, let's meet HAJO. He's the director of WORM.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This is our multifunctional space. Mm-hmm. We can do concerts, film screenings, and the floor is made of Trespa, which is a material that is used for desktops. And
desktops? So all of this flooring used to be desktops in a bank?
Yes, yeah, in a really big bank. Yeah.
I love
now
that.
It's a dance
That's
floor.
amazing.
Yeah. So to dance on the cries.
Actually, we have one original version standing over there. This is the desktop. So this is the same color. And this is sanded out. So that is what we did with it. And then this becomes really a good surface for dancing.
The lamps, they are also reused. They are used in ships to give into the machine room to say, hey, stop, go forward or go left or right. The rolling shelves. This used to be an archive. And we use the archive itself. And so you can make longer chairs or shorter chairs.
You can even sit on it.
You can sit on it if you want, so like this. And then you can move it because it can hold thousands of kilos. We didn't know when we were starting how it would look like in the end. And that's a very dynamic way of dealing with the architects.
This is a perfect client for our approach, I would say, because you need to let it grow in a way as a process.
And it is just fun to do it, you know, and to be environmental friendly in that sense doesn't have to mean you being boring, you know.
2012's most ambitious project to date is the Villa WELPELOO, a temple to superuse and the first project of its kind. But having a home built almost entirely out of waste didn't faze the clients.
Because they were very serious architects, and I thought there should come something beautiful out of it. The work of the carpenter, this wood, is all reused. Colorful.
So what, billboards that you would see just on the side of the road?
The whole house is made from an iron construction, and these are parts of an old textile machine.
Earlier, this area was famous for its textiles, fabrics. So a lot of textile machines are still there, unused.
And they make it from the
cable.
Oh, yes.
From
the cable spools.
Yeah.
And now your neighbours, they're not talking. Oh, did you see her? She lives in a house made out of rubbish. Oh, my goodness.
I'm proud of it.
Yes. There must have been some problems along the way when you're building a house out of waste materials.
Of course there were some problems. The first day, let me be honest, the first day I came in the house, I thought, why didn't they paint this side from the cupboards? They see that it is renewed. They should have painted it.
Oh, from the billboard.
Yeah, from the billboards. And now I'm so happy that you see the real billboards.
Do you think it's possible that this new model of construction could become the norm?
Yeah.
Do you think it could?
If everybody turns a button in his mind, it is possible. You make your money from your product and you give back to the world your waste, but in a good way.